Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, gorgeous. Hello. Let's have a conversation, y'all. So I just called. I called Binky and I said what I had to say. And then, oh, look at that forehead. Big foreheads matter. Okay. Yeetity YouTube. So let's be clear on a couple of things. First, this will be my last video addressing any of the bullshit. Okay? I was a little angry. And this is why you shouldn't speak when you're angry. And I said that I was going to do a what really happened to So Famous and why I shut it down. I'm not indulging in that. I'm just not. I was going to, but for what? What is it going to do? What is it going to do? And not only do I, and should I lead by example, even though there's a lot of you that probably would like to know, but know this. And I stand on everything that I say. And I'll give y'all a little piece of it. And I probably already addressed it. When I made the decision of shutting my channel down, it had nothing to do with what I thought was going on, or because I didn't know what was going on, or I didn't know anything was going on. And it had nothing to do with me shutting down So Famous. It was merely my decision because being a manager to my daughter, you're busy, and I still have a career. And now that she's going to start taking her music serious, that gives me more tasks, right? So that's what my main reason was, okay? Secondly, I shut down So Famous because to stop the ugliness coming out of me. People can say what they want to say, like they said when the Tez and Binky stuff happened. She always gonna take her daughter's side. No, I'm gonna take the right side and I'm gonna speak the truth, because I ain't got no reason to lie. Binky is hard driven. She go hard in whatever she do. And having grown children, you can't make them do anything. You can't make them do nothing. You can only advise them and be there for them when they fall. That's our job. Or when they rise, you be there for them. Now, if they repeatedly don't listen to you, then you just step back and be like, told you. So to sum it all up, I made the decision to close So Famous because I started to see my daughter get fucked over and used by many people. Some try to be sneaky with it, but see, one thing that comes with age is wisdom. And again, I'm not always right, but that's one thing that comes with age. So if I seen something and I spoke to her about it, oh no, mom, it's okay, they're fine, and then they turn out not to be fine. There were a couple members that left on their own because once they were in, they figured, oh, this is too much, I can't handle it. I respect that and I appreciate that. There were members who were never official members, meaning they never signed a contract, and they refused to take their channel down. So they, in my opinion, were trying to gain from it by getting subscribers, because without being affiliated with a certain name, you wouldn't have the amount of subscribers that you have. Because it's hard. Just like I think Binky stated, like, 500 subscribers for like a year or two. And that's like with anything. When you're affiliated with something that's already established and that's a thing at the time, or that's popping, or whatever y'all call it, of course you're going to grow. So I asked a couple of them to take their channel down, and they refused. Start fresh. I can't stop you from not having a YouTube, but start fresh. No matter what I said to you while we were a team, now there's no longer a team. Take that shit down. And they refused. And I choose to pick my battles. I could have had my attorney take it down or have it taken down. But for what? Karma's a motherfucker. So that happened. Some people left on their own. Some people were asked to leave. And when you're asked to leave, and it's all in the contract. So somebody said something about maybe that's don't sign the Binks shit had some truth to it. No, I ain't had no truth to it. When they started that bullshit, they started that because they said Binky was going to be taking their money. Binky don't need nobody money. She don't. That young lady has so many different investments. Even without YouTube, she's going to be who she is. Because what's for you is for you. Know that. So those that were asked to leave and channels were taken down, they weren't putting in the work. They weren't following the contract. That caught me off guard because I thought Q was doing well. I knew I had some issues with him because he don't do what he should do as a content creator. He'd just be chilling like, yeah, I'm good. But once again, Binky said, no, Mom, he's going to do better. And just did whatever he wanted to do. In order to grow, there's rules and regulations, and there's levels to this shit. And if your manager is telling you, you're not growing, you're at a standstill, do more. Because you're telling your manager what your goals are, well, and your manager is saying, well, you got to do more, and you're doing less. That's a waste of time. It had me heated that they did that on the video. Out of everybody, Binky's known Takia the longest. And I tell Binky all the time, and I tell them to their face, because whatever I can say once, I can say 1,000,000 times. I can say 13K times, because I'm saying it to y'all. All of them lazy. For real. And they all have different levels of love and understanding for being a content creator. Now, because Binky chooses to eat, sleep, and shit, being a creator, learning more, working more, to the point one time she was in the hospital and she was sick, and this is before her cancer. And the only thing that the doctor was able to come out and tell me was what's wrong with her was exhaustion. Now, as a mother, you're like, well, damn. And you sit back watching and you say, well, you wouldn't be exhausted if you're trying not. That's just like, I'm going to give y'all this little analogy to go with that. If you go downstairs in your kitchen and you cook you something to eat and it's just enough for you, but you got 3 or 4 plates in front of you, and you got to stretch out what you cooked enough for one person into them 4 plates, you're going to be standing there for a minute trying to figure, and that shit is frustrating. That's what she's been doing. So when I closed So Famous, I said, I'm nobody's manager but yours. You keep on whoever you want to keep on. But I'm telling you, what I'm going to do. So any channel that y'all see, the only ones that were cool came in going hard. He could stand to do better, but he was one of the only ones going hard. But the only channels that were still under her was Coob, Bubba, P, Takia, and Q. Now, I had no idea what was going on in that house because I've limited myself from going up to the tube house. If I didn't have to go. So, of course, I didn't know what was going on. So, that video caught me off guard. And the mental breakdown thing caught me off guard. I think I did a reaction to that. I don't even know if I posted that yet. But that caught me off guard because I didn't know that she was just so frustrated and hurt. And I think she was hurt because, once again, she entrusted in people that, some of these people she's known for years, over 10 years. And they played her. Have you ever heard of sheep in wolf's clothing? Some of them were sheep's in wolf's clothing. And they can say whatever the fuck they want to social media, on their platform or whatever, but I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm not coming with no receipts and all that other bullshit they be talking, but I'm telling you what it is. Again, this is going to be my last time addressing this bullshit, because that's exactly what it is. So me shutting down my channel had nothing to do with them. I didn't know all of this bullshit was going on. But mental health, how am I over here on my channel having Motivational Monday and Thoughtful Thursday, and my daughter in her own home having meltdowns? Yes, meltdowns from her own actions, but due to other people. You don't want to have to tell your children to grow up and say, fuck the world, fuck people, and be that type of person. Because I don't want her genuine hurt to be tainted. Whether it's from a boyfriend, a friend, a god sister, anybody. But sometimes in life, that's just how it goes. That's just what happens. That's what ended up happening. I just talked about it on my Motivational Monday. People being disposable. And she hadn't learned or got to that stage yet of how to dispose of the correct ones. I'm not sure if they'll work it out. I'm not getting in people asking me in my comments I need to get involved. I'm not. I'm going to sit on over here and keep doing what I'm doing. Either shut down my channel like I said, or do a channel makeover. Originally, when I started my channel, it was going to be me and Papa D, like a couple's parenting channel, doing reactions and different challenges and stuff. Because we are a funny family. And then that didn't work, so then I said, well, I'll just do reactions by myself, or pranks. And as a content creator, when you sit back and you watch your numbers go like this, and you have to see what the audience wants, my audience, some of my audience were my own, and some came from Binky, and they thought they were going to see pranks all the time, so my numbers were going down. So if your numbers are going down, I'm not the type of person to pour into a black hole. I'm just not going to. So I had been strategizing on that and see how I can fit it in my schedule. Because it's not my main career. It's not my main source of income. It's just not. So, that's how that decision came up. And for the motherfuckers in there saying it's because Tez is back, it has nothing to do with it. Tez and Binky are friends. They were friends then, and they're now back friends. They're not business partners. He's not signing. He did not ask to sign. We're not asking him to sign. I simply had a moment to where I felt like it was time to end the bullshit. So I contacted him. And he agreed. And that was up to them. I was going to go down the line calling motherfuckers or doing videos about, for what? I'm not wasting my energy on them or the bullshit anymore. Because after that last trip, like she said in her mental health video, after that last trip, it was an eye-opener to some people who she has known for years and some people who have been around for some years. An eye-opener. And again, nobody's perfect. and I can only speak for me. But anybody that has ever signed to So Famous, I ain't never did them wrong. I ain't never steered them wrong. I ain't never fucked them over. I ain't never played them. And as long as me and my higher power knows, I'm good. I'm good with that. So if y'all do still see some channels floating around, nope, they're not associated with So Famous. They're not. And if y'all choose to support them, that's on you. There's Bink So Famous. That was her original name. So that's where I got So Famous Entertainment from when I decided to create that. I just felt like when I closed the company, anybody who was ever affiliated with the company and or signed to the company should have shut their channel down and started from scratch, because every subscriber that they have came from them being a part of So Famous. Nothing else. And I'm not being cocky. I'm very humble. But I'm sure if they had not been affiliated, associated, or signed with So Famous, they wouldn't be where they are with their numbers. And it is what it is. Now I've had a conversation with her. Started off as cussing her out. Hurt her feelings a little bit. I have not talked to Q. Don't plan on it. Because that's their business. I wasn't there when it started. And I wasn't there with whatever was going on. But when I shut down So Famous, I told her to let everybody go. Everybody. I did not like that video because I think that was personal. And only her and Q should have had a conversation. Because P and Q don't run shit. And I'm not the one who has a friendship with them, so. But I know that video there ticked me off. I almost had to go have a drink. I said, really, am I really indulging in this? Am I getting off into this like this? It's past my bedtime and shit. I'm up on some YouTube shit. No. And I think part of Binky mental meltdown after that trip was and behind all the bullshit and the chaos, she's the only one that lost. The only one that lost. She lost a very valuable friendship behind all of the bullshit that some nobodies came in and caused. So like I said, before I go to bed, if you come in them comments with some bullshit, I got time today. Tomorrow. I do. As of now, I'm not going to do what happened to So Famous. I did see the video that Tez and his mom made. I loved it. And I realized something. I said, I apologize to this young man, but I didn't apologize to his mama. So I planned on doing that in one of my videos. Seen somebody put in the comments I had to delete this little motherfucker. They fall out there. Who is they? First off. Second off, if you don't know or you never tried to build an empire or been a boss in several aspects of life, shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna go there again, guys. I'm not. Yeetity. All laugh and giggles this way. Yeah, so that was to clear up any speculation. Me making that decision about my channel had. So. And some telling me that somebody gonna get in them comments and still have a comment about something that I covered. I'm trying to think that I've missed anything. I think I went from A to Z. I think that's it. I was thinking, trying to think. I think that's it. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Hell, I think for the rest of this week, I might go find some funny shit to react to. Cause I ain't for the shits. I'm not. It takes you there, and I've worked too hard, and I've said it too many times. I worked too hard to get where I am mentally. I'm not going backwards. So I'm gonna stay away from their channel for a little while. Maybe me and Skylar will have some fun in here or something. I'll call y'all tomorrow.